Hello everyone, this is Namita Chaudhary. Welcome you all in today's session. Today we will learn about secularism chapter 2 from political science of class 8th. These are the Dalmia core values which you are going to develop from this session: open-mindedness and justice. So here is the introduction of the chapter. Suppose you are a Hindu or Muslim living in a country where Christians are in majority. You come across Christian fundamentalism from time to time. Even if you are that country's citizens and have all valid documents, still you have a hard time while renting a home. These things are bound to make you unhappy. On one side, you will feel that even Christians deserve to be treated in the same manner in areas where Hindus and Muslims are in majority. This is a way of retaliation. However, as a responsible citizen, you will also feel that everyone is liable to get justice. No one should be discriminated on the basis of their religion. This example demonstrates that there should be no discrimination against one's religious beliefs. It is an essence of secularism. In this chapter, the students would what is secularism in terms of Indian context. If you read history, then you will come across several such instances which a large number of people from different regions of the world had to face persecution and discrimination on the basis of the religion that they follow. When Hitler ruled Germany, he prosecuted millions of Jews claiming that they belonged to an inferior race. In recent times, there have been news of Israeli Jews treating Muslims and Christians who are minorities in Israel harshly. In Saudi Arabia, apart from Islam, we can't practice any other religion in public. From the above example, it is clear that people belonging to a majority religion in a particular country try to harass those belongings to minority religions. If a country has a particular state religion, then religious harassments are more common in such a place. No person likes to be discriminated against on the basis of religion that she or he practices. Now, we will read about what is secularism. So, in the last chapter, it has been given that the Indian Constitution provides fundamental rights to its citizens that protect them from the state and against oppressive rules of those in the majority. Our Constitution gives us the freedom to follow our own religious beliefs and practice them as we wish. While keeping the idea of religious freedom in their minds, the lawmakers adopted a strategy to separate the power of religion and power of state. So, secularism is separation of religion from the state. So, I think now this is very much clear that what is secularism. The next one is, why do we need to separate religion from the state? Secularism is all about separation of religion from the power to state. It helps a democratic country to function properly. Almost all countries around the world have more than one religious community residing in them. Out of these religious communities, one is a majority religion. if that majority country has access to power, then it is possible that it could misuse the laws and financial resources against those who are in the minority. There could also be some cases of persecution. Those in the majority have chances of creating tyranny by coercion, discrimination, and even killing the minority people. There are instances of majorities not allowing minorities to practice their religion. If a religion starts dominating others, it is considered as a violation of rights. In a democracy, every citizen has the right to practice his or her own religion. Hence, the violation of fundamental rights and tyranny by those belonging to the majority religion is the major reason why we need to separate religion and politics. Apart from that, it is important to protect an individual's freedom. If he or she wishes to exit from his or her religion and embrace other one on wishes to have freedom to interpret religious teachings differently. This is another reason why religion and power should be kept separate. For example, if power lies with the Hindus, they still face a lot of resistance from their own community if they wish to make a law for a minority community such as Muslims. So now you can better understand that what is secularism and why to separate religion from the state. So students, in the next session, we will read about the Indian secularism and how Indian secularism is different from another countries. So till then, goodbye, stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep studying.